Thank you very much, Chair. Thank you. And I think from the outset, and everybody in this committee, I think nobody is saying that the Nairobi County should not get more funds. Actually, we need more money to Nairobi County since it is a capital city of this republic. And also, we also need it in our counties, but in this case, we are talking about Nairobi. Chair, I would want to mention that, yes, the governor has alluded to the fact that the law says he shall. What that means is that it's not a must, but when it comes to looking for the national government, you can only do that through an agreement. That's why we are saying it shall be an agreement. It cannot be a roadside declaration and all that. And you have mentioned some cities like the Washington, D.C., like Canberra in Australia, but those have a different setup when it comes to their law, because Washington, D.C. is a federal district, doesn't belong to any state. It has a mayor and it has a local council. Canberra has, it's actually called the Australian Capital Territory. It has its own assembly, but it doesn't have a governor. So they are subjected, the oversight is from the national parliament. But when we come to this, to Nairobi County, we must now follow the section 6, 2, and 5 of the Urban Cities Act that says the management of this county must be in line with the county mandate. Now, that's where we come in as a Senate, and that's where we come in as people's representative. And we ask ourselves, when you're dealing with this kind of agreement, did you reflect on the CIDP, that is a County Integrated Development Plan? Are these projects part of what the County Assembly had passed within their 5-year term CIDP? I would also want to know, Chair, because this county is being run by the steering committee and of course the executive. If there is a disagreement between these two, who comes in between? I mean, if you have a disagreement, because the county assembly is not given any mandate here. The Senate has not been given. Even when it comes to the reporting is only going to the CEC or the cabinet. So we would want to understand, because Chair, even if we might think it's a simple thing, when we say that we are discussing the county, which in this case is the bride, but the national government has more people in this steering committee, 8 people against the county's 4. And you know, Chair, who is even the chair of this committee? Even in a basic setup of a dowry, the chair is always the father of the bride. I mean, we would want the governor to be the chair of this bride, which is the city. Now we are giving it to Mudavadi, who is in the office unconstitutionally, because that's not a constitutional office. So, Chair, mine is to request that, because the governor has said, I think he said it is not final, so we want to know whether is the agreement final. Because if it is not final, then the input of this committee must be reflected in that agreement. And finally, Chair, the public participation, I think, is just cosmetic. It's coming post-signature. You know, the agreement has been done, it will take effect in 14 days, then we go to the people to ask them, do you agree with us? We have already sold the land, we have already given the title, now we are asking people, are you willing to move, or are you agreeing to this issue, Chair? So I think these are some of the things that we need to understand, because even the monies that we are saying, the 80 billion or so, Chair, we need to understand how is it going to be appropriated. Is the money going to come to the county first, and then the county assembly to appropriate through the budgeting making process? Then the money goes to these projects? Or is it the national government that is going to oversee their project and then bring the money, I don't know through how. So that is an issue we need to look into, Chair, because the agreement, as I said earlier, during our pre-discussion, is that the agreement is not complete, because it is saying when it comes to financial matters, they will jointly agree. So it is an agreement that is saying there are some things that need to be agreed. So is it an agreement really? That is the question.
Okay, next.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you, Governor. I see the zeal he had as Senator fighting for the resources of Nairobi here again.